Hello there, math friends. Today is story problem day. Why am I excited? Because today is the day where we don't just think about numbers. We think about numbers in a story. This is when we get to think about how all these things that we've been learning and spending time doing can actually relate to our real lives and our real careers. So let's get started. First, our I can statement. I can solve problems using integers in story problems. Okay, so I don't want you to worry about the warm-up part. I'm going to exit out. You can handle that however you want on your own notes page. And let's just go on down to the instructions for example 1. So here's where I am, where it says, read the following problems and think about how integers could be used in the context of the situations. Figure out what question we should try to answer. That's a good step 1. Then find the answer. Be sure to show the integers you use and how you use them to get the answer. So we're just going to make sure that we show our work. Let's read example 1. Okay, in example 1, Michelle, Caitlin, and Mackenzie are all on a research team aboard a submarine that descends 1,500 feet beneath the surface of the water. They then rise 800 feet and descend again 400 feet. So first the boat goes down, and then the submarine goes up, and then the submarine goes down again. So let's make a little drawing. So here's our water, right? And we've got our submarine. So first it descends 1,500 feet. That means we're going to go down 1,500 feet. And then next, they rise 800 feet. So that means we're going to go up 800 feet from there. 800 feet. And then next, we're going to descend again 400 feet. So we're going to go back down 400 feet. So if you think about going underneath the water, that's probably something we want to represent with a negative number. So if they were flying above the water in a plane or something, that would be a positive number. But going under the water is going to be negative. So this 1,500, let's make it negative. Whoops, try that again. 1,500. Okay, now when they go up 800, that's a good place to use a positive because they're going up. So let's write plus 800. And then when they go back down 400, that's another time where we're going to use a negative. Great. Okay, now we just have to solve. So, negative 1,500 plus 800. We're going to just ignore the minus 400 part for now. We're just going to handle these two numbers. So first of all, do they have the same signs or different signs? They have different signs, which means we have to subtract them. Now 1,500 minus 800 is going to give us 700. And if you remember, we have to take the sign from the larger number. So which one of these is larger? The 1,500 is, and it's negative. So our 700 will be negative also. And if you think about it in terms of water, it has to be negative because we're still under the water. If the submarine flew up above the water, that'd be positive. I don't think that's possible. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know a lot about submarines. So negative 1,500 plus 800 gives us negative 700. Now let's come back to that negative 400 that we kind of ignored earlier, and we'll just write it right there. Now if you remember, same signs, add and keep. So we have the same signs here. We have a negative and then a negative. So we're going to have to add them. 700 plus 400 equals 1,100. And then when we say same signs, add and keep, that means we need to keep the sign that's on there. The sign that's on here, as you can see, is a negative, so the 1,100 is going to be negative also. So when we solve the math part of this, we get negative 1,100. Now we just need to tell them what that means. And what that means is the submarine is going to be 1,100 feet under the surface. I'll say beneath the surface. Okay, and then that would be your final answer. Let's go on to the next problem. Sarah's parents told her if she contributed $50, she could get a new cell phone. She already had $33. Then she had to pay $3 that she owed to her friend. She mowed the lawn for $15, and then she spent $10 at the Megaplex. Then she cleaned the house for $20. So there's no question here, but basically the question is, does she have enough money to get a new cell phone? Does she have the $50? So let's find out. It says that she starts with 33. So if she has $33, that's going to be a positive 33. We'll just write it like this. Then she's going to pay $3. Okay, if she pays $3, then we're going to go minus 3. Next, she mows the lawn for $15. Okay, that means she just earned $15. Good job, Sarah. So we're going to add $15 to that. And then she spent $10 at Megaplex. Okay, when you spend money, you don't get more, you have less, so that's going to be a negative 10. And finally, she cleans her house for $20. Again, she got more money there, so we're going to add it. Okay, now the question is, will all of this stuff add up to be more than $50 so she can get that new phone? Let's find out. So we're going to take two numbers at a time. We'll start with the 33 minus 3, and then we'll add on one thing at a time. 33 minus 3, that gives us 30. And then we're going to do plus 15. So now we just have the 30 from the original plus 15, and that's going to give us 45. Now we're going to subtract 10 from that, and 45 minus 10, that's going to be 35. And then we've just got to add that final $20 that she earned. And 35 plus 20 is $55. So does she have enough money to buy that phone? Yes, she does. So we're going to say yes. She has enough money. All right. There we go. And that is our answer. And when I'm asking you to show your work, it doesn't have to look exactly like mine, but I should be able to see where you wrote down your numbers and you worked things out in the operations that you did. Okay, let's go on to example 3. Jackson has 5 aunts and 6 uncles. If each one gave him $10 for his birthday, how much money would he get? Okay, excellent. So let's figure out how many aunts and uncles he has together, first of all. If he has 5 aunts and 6 uncles, that means he has a total of 11 people who are maybe going to give him money for his birthday. If they each gave him $10, then this would be a good time to multiply. So 11 times 10. And then 11 times 10 is going to equal $110. Now, if you're like me, this might be confusing just because there's no negative numbers here. And aren't we learning about negative numbers? Wait a second, are they trying to trick me? Well, we're not trying to trick you. We're just trying to put different kinds of problems in. Jackson is only getting money. He's not having to lose money or give money or pay for anything. So all of the numbers in this particular problem happen to be positive. Let's go ahead and circle our answer. Okay, on to our last example. Example 4. 6 friends went to a fancy restaurant and they owed $180 at the end of the night. How much did each of the friends owe? So we're assuming that the 180 that's the total for all 6 of them. And we're also assuming that they're going to split the bill evenly, so everyone owes the same amount. Okay, so you have 6 friends and they owed a total of 180 at the end of the night. How much did each of the friends owe? Okay, so the amount that each friend owes, let's represent that with an X. So each friend owes, we don't know how much, so that's going to be X. Okay. Now we know that when you take $180, actually, we don't even have to think about this X. Well, stick with me here. If you take $180 and you have 6 people to divide it between, what are we going to do? Are we going to multiply or divide or add or subtract? I guess I kind of even said it when I was just saying the English word. How many people are we going to divide that between? And that's the answer. We are going to be dividing it. So let's do 180 divided by how many people there were, which was 6 friends. So 180 divided by 6 equals, let's think about that for a second. 6 times 3 is 18, so 6 times 30 must be 180. But if you want to write it out this way, then you can definitely do that. So our answer is going to be 30, and don't worry about all the X stuff. I was just thinking about it a different way. So each of our friends is going to owe $30. For our very last step, just make sure you put the dollar sign on it and circle it, and then you're done. Friends, just one note about the self-assessment. You don't have to fill it out on the notes if you don't want, but on your assignment, you'll notice the same self-assessment down here. I would love it if you would just circle a number representing how you feel about this. So if you feel like, yes, I know how to do this, I can definitely get all these questions right, or at least most of them, then you would circle the 4. If you feel like you have no clue, that's when you might want to circle the 1. Or if you're somewhere in between, you could circle the 2 or the 3. Now, I'm not going to grade you based on these numbers. It's just to help give me an idea and to help you kind of assess your own learning. So go ahead and do those self-assessments at the end of your assignments. That's all I have for you for today. I'll let you get started on your assignment and have a wonderful day. Thank you.